Hello viewers, hope so you will be all fine, and today this is our lecture agenda. In first step we will discuss the disadvantages of the list view, then we will introduce the recycler view. Okay, then we will introduce another view which can be used inside the recycler as a view, and for that purpose we will use card view. So we will also introduce card view in this lecture. Then we will write a recycler view adapter that will use card view as a view. Okay, these are all our topics today. Each one will be cleared. Okay, what is in previous application, as you remember, we have used a list view inside the uh, pizza category, inside pasta category, and store categories. Okay, but if you remember, those lists only contain some strings. So list view is a simple is a plain and simple. Mean it's not an eye-catching view where you can also paste your images, where you can write some custom views. Okay, so and also list view consists of only one scroll. Mean if you yeah if you are using a list view inside an activity or a fragment, so there will be only one scroll. Mean you cannot scroll inside the list view. Okay, so recycler will come up with addressing these issue, and it provide a more flexible views for for the appearances. In recycler view, we can add our own custom view. We can also use some built-in views that is card view. Okay, now recycler view. Like list view, recycler view also accesses its data using an adapter. So just like list view, with the help of adapter, a recycler view access its data. But if you remember, inside in list view, we have used array adapter, which is a built-in adapter for us in Android. But in recycler view, our view is custom view. So for the custom view, we have to write our own adapter, which we can also call a custom adapter. Instead, you have to write an adapter of your own data tailored to your data, and your adapter must deal with these three things. The first thing is what kind of data you need to use inside the adapter, and what kind of views you want to use for those data that you are using in the adapter. Then how you can bind the views and data with each other in the adapter. Then after completing the adapter, there are multiple layout manager with the help of which you can show your views to the user. But in this lecture we will use grid layout. Okay, items are positioned in a recycler view using a layout manager, so we will use a grid layout for that purpose. Here what we are going to do, and these are the 5 steps that we have to do in this lecture. The first step is add the pizza data to the project. So we will add a class of of pizza that consists of pizza name and pizza images. Then we will create a card view for the pizza. Date view with the help of date view we can show the image of the pizza and also name of the pizza. Then we will create a recycler view adapter which will deal with the three things that we already discussed in the previous slide, which is uh, data source, then the view for that data source, then how to bind those view and data. Then we will add a recycler view to the pizza fragment. If you remember in our previous application, we will extend our previous application. So if you remember in the previous application, we have a pizza fragment which consists of a list view. Inside the list, we will only provide three names of the pizza, that is pizza 1, pizza 2, and pizza 3. So now we will replace that list view with recycler view. So we will add a recycler view to the pizza fragment. Then make the recycler view respond to the clicks. Okay, now we will go to the next slide. Inside the next slide, if you can see here, we have to write a Java class for pizza. So I will go to my project and I will also write a Java class for pizza. Okay, in my previous lectures, I already have produced a lot of classes like this. So this is also the same class like drinks or foods. So now in this pizza class, I have two variables or attribute, which is name and image resource ID. Then I have created a list of pizzas which has length of 2. So inside the list of pizza, I provide for each pizza I provide a name and a resource. And I had already added these two resources, pizza 1 and pizza 2, over here in the dribble. You can see this is pizza 1 and this is pizza 2. After that, I had override the constructor. So and inside the constructor, I had set name and image resource ID with name and image resource ID of our variables. And then I had write the getter classes of name and get image resource ID. So and in what is next inside the slides? So in next we have to add libraries for card view and recycler view. These two are the libraries. So the same way we provide in the previous lecture, we will click file, then project structure. Inside the project structure, we will click all dependencies plus then library dependency. Then I will write over here and write x dot card view, and I will search. So now my search is complete, and you can see here we had library up and write x dot card view. I will press OK, then I will press apply, then I will click OK. So now project will be synchronized. Project synchronization complete. Then now I will add another library which is recycler view. Uh, I will add the same just like the previous one, and I will write over here Android X dot recycler view. Press search, and this is I will select 1.1 this, and I will press OK. So soon this library will also be added and it will be synchronized. Okay, both libraries are added and the project is synchronized. Now we will come back to the lecture. And in next slide, we are going to create a card view. You can create a card view by adding this element to a layout. In this slide, as you can see, they are adding the class view with the help of support library. But we are using Android X, and we already added the library for card view. So we will use Android X dot card view for card view. Okay, now I will create a XML file card caption image, and I will create a card view. So inside the resources, inside the layout, I will right click and I will create a new XML layout XML, and I will name it card captioned layout, card caption images. Now my layout is created. Now I will the parent layout over here is a linear layout, but I want to create a card view, so I will replace this linear layout with card view, and I will write over here card. This is the card view. Okay, the next thing is I want to add one more namespace over here for some design purpose of the card view. So I will write over here and I will change it to this is our Android namespace, and I will change it to card view space namespace. So I will write card underscore view, and this I will change it to auto. And now I will check whether I write it correctly or not. Yes, this is card view HAV Android and this. Okay, in previous slide you can see that we have added this namespace for adding these two design appearances. The first one is card elevation, Setting the card elevation give it's a drop shadow. And the next thing is card corner results. This give the card view rounded corner. Okay, so I will also make the card view like the same you have seen over here. So I will, the height is, I will provide the height 100 dp, 200 dp. Then I will write card view, card underscore view. And I will write, okay, which one is card elevation? So this is the card elevation, and I will make it 2 dp. The next thing is card view, card corner radius. I will check how they are writing it. Okay, this is card corner radius, and I will provide it a radius of 4 dp. Now I will recheck it over here. Again, it is card view radius corner radius 4 dp. So yes, it is right. Card view, card corner. It is corner. Now it is correct, and I will in this. Okay, this is the card view. Now I will provide some margin, layout margin of 4 dp. This is the layout margin, and after that I will give it an ID of card view. So I will provide ID, and I will write it card view over here. Now my card view is ready. Now we will go to the next. Okay, inside the next slide you can see the full card view image caption, which consists of they have added a linear layout inside the card view, and inside the linear layout they are adding two views, which is the one image view and a text view. So I will also provide the same over here. So the first thing I have to add over here is linear layout, and this will be match parent, and I will provide an orientation over here which will be vertical oriented, and I will end it like this. Now I have to add an image view. Inside the image view I'll provide that my image should be match parent, and the height will be 0 dp, and I will provide height with the help of layout weight, which is 1, and then I will give it an ID, and ID will be mm, information image. Okay, I will check what else I have to add over here. Oh, the one thing I have to add over here is the scale type. Why we are scaling this? Because our image may be of a variable type. So whatever the image will be, if the image is too long, so we will crop its center. Mean we will get the center view of the image. Uh, so there are also another type of scale type. You can see center, top, left, right. But I will add this. The next thing I had to add over here is the text view. It will also be match parent, and this will be rep content, and I will provide an ID over here, ID, and I will give it the ID of info text. Now I will check what else we want to add over here. And there is nothing. They provide the margin left, margin bottom, but we don't need these kind of margins. So now we will step jump to the next slide. Inside the next slide you can now we have made our data source class for recycler view, and then we add a card view, and the next step is we have to add a recycler view adapter. So what recycler view adapter should have to do? For recycler view adapter, our recycler view adapter have to do the only thing which is binding the data with the view. So we had already the data class, and we have already the view, which is our card view, and our data class is the pizza. Now we have to write an adapter which will bind the data to the cards. Okay, Now, how we have to write our adapter class? Our adapter class should extend recycler view dot adapter. Okay, so I will add a class over here, new Java class, and I will write it captioned images. And what is the exact name they are giving to it? Caption images adapter. Okay, this is my class which is added. Now I will extend it to recycler view dot adapter. Okay, then we have provide what kind of adapter we have to use. So we have to use caption image adapter. So I will add caption image adapter dot view holder over here. Okay, I create a view holder, but we don't have any view holder over here. So inside this class, I will write a class of view holder, an inner class of the caption image adapter, which will name a view holder. And if you can see inside the slide, they will also told you that the view holder is used to specify which view should be used for each data item. So inside this view holder class, we will tell the recycler that what kind of view you want to add for each data. So I will write a view holder class. So it is a class, so I will name it like this, and then I will write a view holder class over here, which will be public static class, and name of the class should be view holder as we already explained it, and it should extend the recycler view dot view holder. Okay, this is our class. Now in next step, what we have to do over here, we have to override the mm, constructor of the view holder, and what in how for what data we have to override this constructor. We have to override that constructor for a card view. So I will already create an object of the card view. Now I will write the constructor of the view holder, which is view holder, and I will make it a parameterized constructor. I will call it a view. Over here I will make it this dot card view equals to view. So now I had provided a constructor, and which is setting a card view as a view, and the next thing I have to do is I have to call a superclass, and I had also to send that card view to the superclass. And what is the superclass of this view holder? The superclass of this view holder is the recycler view holder. So when I write over here super, and I will send it the v, so it means that I am sending this card view to the superclass, which is recycler view holder. So the recycler view holder will use a card view as a view for each data. Now if you can see, uh, here we have some error on this. What is this error saying? It is saying that you are extending a recycler view dot adapter, but you haven't yet override the methods of some methods of the recycler view dot adapter. That's why there is an error. So this error will be removed when we override some method of the adapter class. Okay, what we are going to do in the next slide, we are overriding the constructor of caption image adapter, and inside the constructor of caption image adapter, we have to first I have to add the constructor caption image adapter. Now we have to add what kind of data we are setting inside the constructor. So I had to add a string array, and I had to add a integer array, because if you remember, we have uh, we have two things inside this, and that is names and the id of the resources. So we need an array for the names, and a string array for the names, and a string array for the id of the resources. So for that purpose, first I have to declare uh, two arrays. The first array should be a string array, and I will take it the names of names, and the next should be integer array, and I will tell it images id. Okay, then I will provide the same over here, and that will be string, and I will write it n, or maybe I will provide names, and then I will provide an int. So I will give it a name of images id. Now I will set these two arrays to my already declared array. So I will write it this dot names equal to names, and I will write this dot image id equals to image id. Now my constructor for caption images adapter is ready, and I am providing data with the help of the constructor. So in the next class, we have to add an override method, which is get item count. And inside this override method, we are telling the recycler view that how many data you have to show. So in my previous lecture, I had already told you that you are calling the override method, you have to hold control and press O. Then we will hit the get item count. So this is our get item count. Over here we have to provide our uh, over here we have to provide how many data we want to show inside the recycler view. So my names and images id is already settled inside the constructor. Now I can use this array for getting the number of items that we have to shown inside the recycler view. So I will write names dot length, and this length function will provide how many items or how many data we want to show inside the recycler view. Now we have to override another methods, which is onCreate view holder. Why we are overriding this method? This method get calls when the recycler view needs to create a view holder. Okay, so when recycler this method is called when the recycler view are producing, and recycler view needs to create a view holder, and inside the view holder we will provide a card view, and we will inflate our uh, XML file of card view inside this method. So first I have to do is to override the uncreate view holder. I will hold control and press O. Then on create view holder, this is my uncreate view holder method. So I will override this method. As you can see, the return type of this method is a view holder. So I will provide a view holder as a return type, view holder. Okay, then inside the view holder, I had to provide my view. Mean what kind of view holder have to get. So for that purpose, I have to produce our view over here. So our view is a card view. Okay, this is the card view. Now we need to inflate that XML file that we had already produced for our card view. So for inflating the XML file, we need an inflator, but we don't have any inflator over here, if you can see. So we will inflate the layout with the help of layout inflator. Where is layout inflator? Dot from. From which context we are getting the inflator. So, but we have over here, if you can see, we have a view group object. So from the view group, we have to take an inflator. Now our inflator is ready. Now I will call the inflate. Inside the inflate, we will provide our view. So inside the inflator class, we have parent dot get context. Wait a minute, I had done a small mistake, and it is dot inflate. Okay, this is fine, but inside this we have to provide a context, and I had only provide a view group, so I will get context from here. Now it will work fine. Then I had called the inflator methods. Inside the inflator methods, we have to give the view. So I will provide the view over here, which is our card view, and our card view XML file is name is card caption images. Then I will provide the view group. We had a view object of view group with the name of parent. So I will provide a parent over here, and we will not attach this view to the parent. So now our card view is ready. I think it is ready for the usage. But here we had a problem, which is required is the card view, but it is simple view. So we have to make it a card view by typecasting. Now it is our card view. So now our card view is ready, and we will provide it over here. So now inside the view holder, we are providing a card view. Which kind of card view? Which we had already produced with the name of card caption images.xml. Now we will proceed on to the next slide. Inside the next slide, they are doing the same thing. Then we will go to the next slide. Okay, inside the next slide, they are overriding another method on bind view holder, which is used to bind data with the view. Our view is already created, which is a card view. Now we will bind our data to the card view. So we had to call this method. So I will call this method over here. Uh, Hold Control, press O. Then I will write on bind view, and this is unbind. Okay, we have two unbind view methods over here. If you can see, the first one is uh, view holder position payloads. The next one is only view holder and position. You have to call this one view holder and position. Okay, now our override method is called. What we have to do inside our override method, first we have to add a card view. Then we have to provide an image. Then we had to set the image inside the image view. Then we have to make a text view. Then we have to add a text view then we have to add the text data inside the text view. So first I will create a card view object, and this is my card view object, and I will take the card view from holder, because I had already provided a card view to the holder in the above methods, which is on create view holder. Over here you can see I had already provided view holder card view. So now I get this card view. The next thing is I had to make an image view. This is my image view equals to mm, image view find view by id, but find view by id maybe not work over here, because uh, over here we have card view. Inside the card view we have the image view. So now it will work for us. Dot id dot info image. This is our info image. Now we are going to set an image on the image view and our images are inside the dribble file. So we will create a dribble equals to get uh, compat dot get dribble. Mm, which which kind of class is this? Context compat. Context compat dot get dribble. Now I will provide a dribble method over here, which is cardview dot get context and now I will provide the ID for the image, and the ID for the image is images ID, and I will provide position over here. Now my dribble is ready. Now I will set image view dot set image dribble, and I will provide the dribble over here. My image view is ready. Now I had to provide a text view. This is my text view, and this is my text view object. I will typecast the text view card view dot find view by id, r.id.infotext. So it is set over here. The next thing I had to do over here is the set text. So text view dot set text, and I will write names position. So it is done. Okay, now this is the full code of caption images adapter, which is used as an adapter for the recycler view. Okay, if I review the previous step, in the first step we have to add the pizza data class. Then in the next step we have to provide a card view. In the third step we write a recycler view adapter. Now we are on the fourth step, and inside the fourth step we have to add a recycler view to the pizza fragment. So I will go to my Android code. Where is pizza fragment? And inside the pizza fragment I will comment this code, and over here I will write a recycler view. Recycler view equals to recycler view. I will typecast it recycler view. Then I have to inflate. So we had already an inflator over here. I will use that inflator. Inflator dot inflate r dot. Now I had provide the recycler view. So r dot layout dot fragment pizza. R dot layout dot fragment pizza. Where is fragment pizza? Mm, okay, here we have to provide a layout for the recycler view. But if you can see, our pizza fragment is extended to the list fragment, and inside the slide you can also see that they had also changed the list fragment into the fragment. So we cannot add a layout to the list fragment, and the list fragment have their own prototypes. So we will convert it to a fragment. Now we can provide an XML layout for this fragment. So for date purpose write I will add pizza fragment.xml for pizza fragment. So I will go to layouts. I will right click over here, and I will click to XML file, layout XML file, and this will be fragment underscore pizza.xml. Click finish. Now I will make it recycler view. This is my recycler view. Okay. Then I will add an ID, and I will give it an ID of recycler view. My Android is not working. VIEW view, and then I will provide it a scroll type, ROLL, and let me check it, scroll type or scroll bar, sorry. So scroll bar should be vertical. Now my recycler view is fine. Now I will add my XML file over here. So this is pizza fragment, and then I will provide the container, and then I will provide boolean attached to. I will mark it false. Okay, this is done. If you can see in the next slide, we have to get data. We have to get data from the data source class, and we have to make an object of the card view. Then we will set adapter, and then we will return pizza recycler view. So I will write the code over here. First I have to extract data. So for extracting data I will write some arrays. So I will write it name equals to new string, and what will be the length of length should be pizza dot pizzas dot length. This is my name. Now I will write an id array which should be an integer array, and I will make it the name of images id equals to new id pizza dot pizzas dot length. Now I will get now I will write data into these two arrays. So for int I equals to 0, I should be less than names dot length and I plus plus. Okay, now I will write names of I equals to mm, pizza dot pizzas dot no, I will provide index over here, which is I. Then I will write get name. So from the first index it will get name, then from second index the same I will do to images id of I equals to pizza dot pizzas. We provide index and then we write get image id resource. Now both string and image id resources are done. Now I will make an object of the adapter. My adapter is caption image. I will make a object of that. Then I will write new caption image adapter, and I will provide and the data over here, which is names and image id. Okay, now I'm done with it. Now I will add adapter, set adapter to the recycler view. My adapter is caption image adapter. This is also done. Now I will return my recycler view over here, and this is done. Okay, now you can see everything is done, but one thing is remaining, and what is that? We haven't provided a layout manager to recycler view. Mean how the recycler view have to shown this data, how the recycler view, in which way recycler view have to show these card views. So for that purpose, we have three kinds of layouts, which is the first one is linear layout, the second one is grid manager, grid layout manager, the third one is staggered. Each have their own types. So this is how we can specify the layouts manager and their own types. Over here we have to provide get activity, then we provide two, which mean that there should be two column in the grid layout. The next grid layout manager is horizontal, where we provide false. If we provide it true, then our items will be shown with in reverse order. And the third is the staggered. Inside the staggered we have to provide vertically it will be lined or horizontally it will be lined. So these are the kinds of layout managers. Now this is our full code, and before the return we have to provide a grid layout manager, which should be which consists of two columns. So I will write code over here. Grid layout manager equals to new grid layout manager get activity. How much columns I need two columns over here, so I done with it two. Now I will recycler that set layout manager, and my layout manager is already ready. So now layout manager is already also added to the recycler view, and this is how our code will be executed. Okay, now I will review the code. I will review the whole application. Okay, these are the five steps which we have to do to create this application. The first step is add the pizza data to the project. Okay, in first step we have to write a pizza class. Inside the pizza class we have to provide the data, which is the name of the pizza and image of the pizza. So we had already done in the this first step with the help of this Java class. Okay, done. We will go to the next step. Inside the next step, create a card view for the pizza data. This step is completed by adding card caption images, and this is the code of card caption images inside which we have provide how our card view should be shown. So this step is already done. In the third step, we have to create a recycler view adapter, and this is our recycler view adapter. Inside the recycler view adapter, we have to first thing we have to provide the view, which kind of view our holder have to use. So inside this class we provide date view, which is a card view. The next thing we had done is we have provide an constructor for the adapter. Inside the constructor we are setting the images name and images id. Okay, the next thing is we have to get the count, mean how many data our recycler we have to show. It is done with the help of this override method. Inside inside the next method we have bind the card view with the view holder, mean uh, in each iteration view holder have to use card view as a view. In the next method we have to bind the data and view with each other with the help of unbind view holder. Unbind view holder method is working for binding data with the views. And our third step is also completed. Now we will go to the fourth step, add a recycler view to pizza fragment. And with the help of fragment pizza.xml, uh, we provide the recycler view to the pizza fragment. And we make the pizza fragment a fragment, not a list fragment. Then we will go to the last. In the last, make the recycler view respond to clicks. And now we have to make inside the pizza fragment, we have to write the code for the recycler view. This is the whole code for the recycler view where we have to make an object of the recycler view. Then we get the data um, with the help of these two arrays. Then we have create an object of the adapter. Then we set adapter to the recycler view. Then we provide a layout manager for the recycler view. Then we return a recycler view. So this is how our application is working. Now I will run my application and I will show you the. Now this is my application that I had run and installed on my devices. You can see the home fragment is same. Now we will go to the pizza fragment. Bingo! If you can see this pizza fragment, it is shown in a very well managed, which is a recycler view. And inside the recycler view, we are using two columns. So here our data is shown with the help of two columns. Okay, this is all from my side. Thank you so much for your time.